If you are new to Canva and graphic design, you can rapidly become a Canva Pro with these 3-step process, which I call the 3 C's of Canva. Following this 3-step process, you can rapidly become a proficient graphic designer and a Canva Pro. So I am excited to share this secret technique with you. Let's get started. The first step in our journey to become a Canva Pro is to copy an existing design. We would like to copy from the best in whichever field. In Canva, there are free templates and pro templates. Free templates are free because they do not meet the quality standard of Canva, but pro templates are created by professional designers and are only available in pro account. These are more valuable designs. In this step, we copy from a pro template and try to make it as close to the original as possible. In this video, I am using Instagram post as the content type to showcase the examples, but the same principles applies to any content types like banner, YouTube thumbnail, or flyer. This looks like a great design, so we will try to recreate this same design from looking at it. Please note that it is worth upgrading to Canva Pro if you are serious about graphic design, because free account has many limitations that just limit your creativity and impact your learning and quality of your output. I will start with adding this rectangle shape in the background. I will look back and forth and try to match the original design as close as possible. Let's pick the green color as close as possible to the original design. After that, I will search for the image of the man using the laptop. Luckily, in this case, I found the exact image that was used in the original design. If for some reason you cannot find the exact image, then try to come up with an image which looks as close as possible to the original design. Next, let's add the main heading. Again, we will try to match the same font style for the heading. This one looks close to the original. Maybe it is the exact same font. Again, I am at luck. Next, we will add the tagline text below the main heading. Please note it is okay if you cannot match the exact same style. Sometimes a slight tweak can even be better than the original design. Next, let's add the button. As we are recreating the original design, make this an active process of learning. See how the elements are arranged to make the design look appealing. A bold heading with tiny text close to each other looks good because of a principle of visual contrast. Notice the large white space around the content. This is another principle of good design. Good designs do not clutter the canvas with excessive information. Give the design elements room to breathe. Let's finish up the content by adding the phone and email at the bottom. Notice there is white behind the text in the original design. We can achieve this by adding a white blur shape behind the text so that the text are visible. Finally, always refine the design by checking the alignments. Group the elements and make them left aligned or right aligned or center aligned, and also distribute the spaces between consecutive elements evenly. So here it is. We successfully recreated the original design. Please practice this enough so you start to get the idea of good composition. The second step to become a design master is to change a free template. What I mean by this is free template or design is free for a reason. They are low quality. In this step we start with a free template and then change the elements step by step and make it look like a pro design. So let's see how this works. Please note that the design with a crown icon at the bottom right or pro text is a pro template. This template is not available to free users. You must upgrade to pro account to use this template. Let's see if we can find a free template that looks bad or which you think you can improve it to make it better. We will start with this free template. After looking at it for a while, we start to see that one thing that can be improved is the background image. Let's find a better image. This looks much better than the previous one. Let's match the theme of tough, rugged and strong a little better by choosing a grunge font. Let's cycle through the fonts and see which font matches the theme of the background image. I'll choose this one and make it a lot bigger. Since this is the main title, the user needs to notice this first, so we need to make it larger. This is called hierarchy. Important elements need to be made more distinct than lesser important elements. I am also introducing a color to the design. A red color matches with the theme. Red color connotes energy, action, passion, which seems to match the theme of fitness and gym. The text below could be tracked out a bit to make it more appealing. This also introduces the contrast between the title, which is tight together, and this text, which seems like floating. Next, let's make the background image of the bodybuilder a little more intense by adjusting the brightness, contrast, and other properties. Let's make it a little darker so that the foreground text is more visible. Let's add a grunge texture overlay on top to unite the theme even more. Let's introduce the logo of the business to make the design branded as well as visually more appealing. The more variety the elements you put, the more dynamic the design looks. Next, notice the active overlay text in the background. We can make it more visible. A creative idea came to mind. How about we mix these two texts contrasting each other with color and orientation? This should give a slight interesting twist to the design and make it more unique. The design still looks a little flat, so I am now introducing another design element, which is a shape. I am searching for some shapes to match the theme, so I am using keywords like energetic, gem, shape, etc. Just like color, shape also have meanings, so we need to match the theme. We should be using sharp-pointed and angled shapes to this design to match the theme. Combining shape with the text makes the design more visually appealing. Let's finish the design by adding a call to action button. The whole point of marketing ads like this is to direct the viewers to take action. So let's do that. So we are done. Our design is now complete. Finally, let's compare the original design and the final design improvement we made. We should always compare this to see if we have achieved anything with our effort. In this case, the result is direct. The new design looks a lot more engaging and attractive than the previous design. Please practice this step as much as you can before moving to the next step. After practicing the first two steps enough, you are ready to let your creativity loose. This is the third and the final step of the 3 C's process of mastering Canva. In this step, we create a design from blank canvas using few design principles to guide our way. Remember these principles always. Hierarchy means to make important elements like heading, big, bold, and visible, and lesser important text like footer notes, or body text less dramatic, so as to guide the viewer's eye from most important to less important. Contrast means make the elements different from each other in terms of scale, size, color, etc. to make the design more dynamic. Finally, do not fill the empty space with elements. Leave enough white space around the elements. If you follow these principles, you can come up with a good design in minutes. So we start out the design with a blank canvas. Let's make a Black Friday tech sale Instagram post. I am looking for a background that matches the tech event theme. Normally for tech events, a dark, colorful purple-violet gradient background works well. Next to the plain background, I am adding a light streak to make it a little more engaging. Next, for the products display, let's add a pedestal to put items on. Next, for the main heading, we will search for Black Friday to see if there is any pre-made graphics available for Black Friday title. Let's match the color with the background. Remember the principle of contrast. We are using two contrasting colors that work well together. Next, we need to showcase the discount of the event. For this, I am browsing the pre-made text styles. This is a quick way to see if a matching font can be found for the design. This combo looks good. Let's match the colors. Please note to not use too many colors in a design. We will pair this with another subheadline that communicates call to action information. Let's use a line element to divide the two sections. A line is an important element in graphic design that can play the role or emphasizing, connecting or dividing. Let's search for logo of the tech business to put at the top right corner. Next, let's find some product cutout images to put on the pedestal. Always remember to use high-quality images. Please note the three principles I mentioned earlier in use. Hierarchy is clear from top main title to discount to call to action. Contrast is seen in size in 30% discount block. Also in color in Black Friday graphic. Finally, there is enough white space around each block. At the footer, let's add the site address as call to action. We can spice up the design by adding decorative elements like pointers, hands, or sale tags. So after adding the final decorative elements, our final design is ready. Remember, graphic design is about composition. Rather than creating the individual parts or images ourselves, it is better if we practice composing them together to make a beautiful whole. Traditionally, copywriters prepared text, artists prepared images, and what did the graphic designers do? They put things together just like we did today. Canva is best for graphic design because it allows just the right amount of tools that we need to do our job. So in this short course, I have revealed a 3-step process that can make you a pro from a beginner. By practicing this process, you will soon become a graphic design master. So please take time to practice. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day, and a 1,000-mile journey starts with a single step and can be completed only one step at a time. Please allow me to depart for now. I will be back again with more information and interesting content. If you like this content, please support the channel by liking and subscribing. Your likes mean a lot to me. Thank you and see you later, friends.